Now, The Heart Pumps Clay is a 2014 turn-based RPG created by developer Housekeeping Games, or Kasey, I can't pronounce that. Oops. Who also entirely did the original soundtrack for this game. In this game, the player follows Mara, a witch who is taking a break from the quiet life alongside her companions Bud and Crow to visit the Tree of Life and steal the source of all things. Now, the main draw for this game is that all of the battles are puzzle-like in nature. See, battles work on sort of a rock, paper, scissors weakness system, but it's more similar to Shin Megami Tensei than Pokemon, with some enemies being immune to physical attacks or all but one magic type. No, there's no more to that. I was saying that sentence as if there was more to that, but there's nothing else to that. As the Dryad who looks over the Tree of Life says after Bud throws her into a pool of water,
Oh, come on, I'm a plant. Why would a little water hurt me? I soak it up all day.
water's for putting out fire. Now, if you really want to hurt a plant, you'd use fire. I got a little sidetracked with elemental weaknesses, didn't I? The puzzle-like nature of battle does not just stem from the elemental system. On the quest to climb the tree and obtain the source of all things, there are many monsters along the way. However, all of the encounters are static and taken by the player's choice, with the exception of a couple of boss battles. The choice to fight extra battles to gain new equipment in exchange for some of Bud's max health is all on the player and a part of the decision making in this game. Are you willing to sacrifice your tank for more power? The short answer is yes, but I'll touch on that later. After all, Bud's lowering max health is a cause for a dynamic shift in the party. Now, in the party, first there's Mara, the Swamp Witch, a woman of the arts, the dark arts that is. Her spells can be brutal, with access to all three elements and changing Bud's element alongside hers. However, shifting takes a full turn and adopting a new element takes on the weaknesses and resistances of that element. So it's a bit risky. She does have her mana burn, where she can use spells without shifting at an additional cost. Mara can also spend a turn to create a Unicorn Water, a full HP potion, or a Fairy Tooth potion, a full MP potion. However, potions and offensive items do not remain after a battle. Mara's right-hand golem. Bud starts out with a massive HP pool of 250, over double of Mara and Crow combined. Well, it may as well be 245 since he loses a bit of max HP after the tutorial battle where he has 250. But does that really matter? Bud starts with 3 skills: Body Slam, Phosphorescence, and Life Mud. Phosphorescence is a taunt and Life Mud is a revival skill at a temporary cost of 10 max HP. If Mara shifts to fire, Bud will raise his attack as a lava golem. Shifting to water will raise his defense as an ice golem, and shifting to earth will allow Bud to use Mud Slam, a multi-targeting body slam. And finally, the one who Mara can barely call an ally, Crow. Crow is a thief, literally. His chicanery will allow him to pilfer an item off of an enemy, squawk to disable them for 1 turn, or insult his teammates in a friendly way to recover their MP slightly. Crow is the fastest and will almost always go first, including enemies. Despite the fact that Bud loses 5 max HP from battles, as I said earlier, you're going to want to take on as many battles as possible. Most encounters are not required to progress the story, but instead guard a treasure chest. And these chests will contain artifacts, and then there are blue ones that hold tomes. Mara can equip 3 artifacts and 2 tomes. Crow can equip 3 artifacts as well. Bud cannot equip anything. This leads to the player asking if they'd rather give up Bud's tank ability in order to power up Mara and Crow. Unfortunately, the answer is yes, but I'll get back to that later. I'm just now realizing I already said all that, but I'm gonna move past it because Mara has hit her first roadblock. There's some kind of magic barring the path. Maybe he knows how to get through. Just a minute. Ahem. What could possibly be so important? There's a barrier in the way. Any idea how to dispel it? I can tell that you're interested in me. What? Oh, no need to be coy, my dear. Let me tell you of the fantastic adventures of Percival, the devastatingly handsome, yet currently unemployed knight. Just the part about getting past the barrier will do. Oh, This guy laughs like an idiot. Ah, ga, 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 ga. A talking bird. How adorable. Just tell us about the barrier. That frown isn't very ladylike. Fine. You have to look in this mirror before the tree will let you pass. I asked that foxy dryad at the entrance about it, but she explained why. I kinda zoned out. I was just about to pass through here myself when I got distracted. Ahem. How about you move aside then? I'm afraid I can't do that. You must be here because you want the source of all things, and as it so happens, I'm here for that very artifact. You see, I came across a wounded deer in the enchanted forest, but as it turns out, the deer was actually... I don't care. That's it! I've decided I don't like you! Wait a minute. What is that melody? I haven't mentioned anything about the quality of the soundtrack yet, but I really like it. I do think it's very simple, but it vibes well with the game in general, and none of the music is bad in my opinion. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking, excellent, masterpiece-like, but I don't think that any of the music in this game is awful. And it takes a lot to do that without being boring. And the music in this game is far from boring. A couple of spells that target his weakness later, and we take him out faster than a barefooted jackrabbit on a hot, greasy griddle in the middle of the summer. You wouldn't have had a chance against me if it weren't for your magic, witch. Bite your tongue. Ew. Ew. Let's get this over with. It doesn't even have a reflection. You're talking about our daughter. I'm talking about a witch. I'm not just going to dump my daughter in the swamp like a stray dog. Would you rather leave it up to the village? Why'd you have to give birth to a monster? Monster, 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 monster. It seems that Mara being born with the ability to use magic caused a lot of turmoil not just in her family, but in the entire village. And dumping her in the swamp was the merciful action. Wait a minute, who was Anna Crow's reflection? Nah, whatever. Mara and her party climb onto some of the branches on the outside of the tree. In the way is a man who's also searching for the source of all things. The bones have been speaking of you. What? Another seeker of the source. Your name is Scrum, is it not? Who? That can't be right. Give me a second. Got it. You must be Percival. Don't mistake me for him ever again. So you've met him. I must be close. The finger bones crackle with marrow. Your name is clearly Greg. Nope. Alfred. Rodney. These aren't even girl names. Aha! That explains it. The spectral wavelengths must be off. Sure. Stop me when I get it. Gwen, Stephanie, Alice, Carol, Jan, Marcia, Cindy, Bea, Betty, Rue, Estelle, Joyce, Suzanne, Sabrina, Jill, Jacqueline, Kelly, Tiffany, Sindel, Shiva, Tanya, Nitara, Sarina. Wait, that's just Mortal Kombat characters. What? Farah, Jane. Did you say Mara? No! I said Sarah with a S. This guy's a real whack job. Ha 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 ha. A crow. I need one for the ritual. Take him. There are some things you shouldn't joke about. Enough. I am Thulak Khan, Dread Lord of Nightmares. Only I may laugh. The bones have spoken. The source of all things is needed for the ritual. I must not let you have it, Sarah. Wait, what? I think it's about time I address you, huh, buddy? This game's art style is very interesting, to say the least. It's definitely not bad, but I do think it's quite rough. I think that's what adds to the appeal of this game, and it's really only battle sprites for certain characters that are kind of wonky. I do like most of the portraits. I think Mara's is kind of off, but it's no matter. The art style on the tiles I actually really like, and the overworld sprites for the characters. It all really feels right out of a storybook, right out of a child's mind, and I feel like that's what this game was going for, or at least I hope it was. What now? I plucked a few feathers from that crow during the fight. Hey! You don't just go into a museum and deface the masterpieces. Now I can complete the ritual. Kazam! Wait, no, that can't be right. There must have been some kind of interference. Yeah, someone interfered with your brain, you psycho. Maybe it was the incantation. Shazam! Uh-oh. Lonely little witch in the swamp, sitting by a pile of mud. All her friends abandoned her. There's no one left alive. I know a secret. I know about a forest that time has forgotten. In that forest, there is a tree taller than any tree. At the tippy top of that tree is a power unlike any other. The source of all things. You've heard the stories, haven't you? Torrents of water erupting from the source and filling the oceans, lava bubbling from the source and forming vast continents. Think of that power at your fingertips. The power to set fire to empires. The power to rip trees from earth with devastating winds. The power of revenge. Oh, that got your attention, didn't it? Ah, ga 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 ga. Gaga. Gaga. How long was I out? Not that long. That luckhead broke your fall, so you weren't hurt too badly. Looks like the water eroded some more of your body. If he loses much more mud, you'll be able to carry him around in your pocket. Give it a rest. Take it easy, okay? Can't hold on anymore. Yeah, eat shit, nigga. Look at him fall off. Now the next room has a shitload of chests in it. I didn't count the chests in every room, but this one has almost the most, if not the most in the entire game, because it has like 6 to 9 chests in it. So if you're really wanting to battle enemies, this is where you're going to be spending the most of your time. The next room contains a suspicious amount of empty treasure chests. Hello there, friend. Great. Another weirdo. That's rich coming from you, Bunch. Stuck for a lawn, no need for the evil eye. What a little gentle ribbing between friends. I don't even know you. A stranger's just a friend you've never met. That's what I always say. And Star does too. I kinda like this guy. Oh, the pheasant gets it. Say, what brings you friends to this old tree? What else? The source of all things. Source of all what now? See, Mara? He doesn't even know about the source of all things. It's not like everyone who comes here is going to force us to fight them for no good reason. Yeah, about that. If we're gonna become friends, there's something you should know about me. See, I'm a thief. A real good one. The best, really. So here I am walking through this free forest, and I come across this big tree filled with treasure. I already nicked a bunch of it. A thief? No problems here. Well, that's the thing. There is a problem. Now, I don't much know about the source of all things, what it is, but I do know it sure sounds important. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that important things are valuable, and I sure like valuables. Well, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that thieves are too weak to fight their own battles alone. Hey, words hurt, you know. Right you are, little lady, but if you don't mind, I'd like a moment to change into all this shiny new armor I've recently acquired. To be honest with you, I think that the pilfer option is one of the most, if not the most important battle mechanic in this game. Being able to instant kill some enemies, take artifacts from mimics, and alleviating Mara of her responsibility to make a potion if Crow can steal one is amazing. Not only that, but in certain fights, you're required to use pilfer to find your way forward. Without any of his clunky and useless for an actual warrior armor, Scrum goes down fast as hell. Oi, no fair. You cheated. Nobody said nothing about using magic mud. Now I've got my own magic mud. So, how do you use this stuff? You don't. It's just mud. Don't try to grift me. Regular mud doesn't walk around and try to hit me. Yeah, well, maybe I should rip off your skin and see if it still acts like an idiot. I see. Well, yes, but... Okay. Scrum Gmod Spider-Man S-sweps his way out of there to fight another day. How are you holding up? No need to dote on him, Mara. Just be careful. Got that? Quick detour. I haven't been talking about the individual normal battles a lot, but this specific one right here after Scrum against a Grandfather Forest and a Queen Frog kicked my ass. Mainly because I'm a dumbass, but also because Bud has lost a majority of his match HP pool at this point. And a party of 3 squishies is a party of tribulations. I'd like to also add that the Grandfather Forest used Thistle Patch almost every turn, and that is multi-targeting and hits like a damn truck. I don't understand why I didn't just switch to Earth Element sooner. The source of all things. Come now, Mara. Do what you came here to do. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. Just one moment. Great. They're all here. Who cares? Just zap them. Ha! It's like you read my mind. Now hold on, friends. No need to be hasty. Well, considering I've just become a goddess of destruction, I suppose I can give you a few moments to plead for your lives. God bless you. What the hell is up with you? Percival has shown me the light of our one true Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Ours is a tale of heartache and tribulation, but at the very center of it all is a story of the true power of friendship. On second thought, I think I might just burn you to ash. No, wait! I'll be brief, I promise. Now, where was I? Oh yes, the power of friendship. As expected, that was a complete waste of time. Well, at least I get to destroy you. Huh? Looking for this? I pinched it when Percival was going on and on about who knows what. Good job, friend. No prob, buddy. Say, mind if we put this back? It's making my hands tingle like I'm a wizard or something. You heard the man. Out of the way, Void. Well, this is interesting. Maybe we should give this a whirl. What do you say, boys? If we're... They all have the same laugh at this point. Percival, Thulak Khan, and Scrum all together is fucking hard, dude. This shit took me almost a full hour and multiple restructurings to my strategy to compete. At this point in the game, even if you had battled only the required battles, like I did in my first time around, Bud is almost useless as a tank. And that's really all he has compared to Mara and Crow. So I gave Mara and Crow defense and HP artifacts and settled on making Mara a tank. And not just a tank, a factory as well. It definitely helped that one of the artifacts, which I'm assuming was a shiny carapace, nullified most attacks and gave her heavy resistances, allowing her to become that unshakable factory that I needed her to be. Because Mara couldn't do damage for shit anymore, that moves Bud over to the main DPS role, spamming Body Slam because Scrum will inflict silence on your party every single turn he gets, which reverts Mara's shift. And I don't have the time to sit here and keep shifting over and over on Mara. So Bud is just gonna have to make do with a single targeting attack. Now Crow was the main act. Like I was saying before, chicanery, but more specifically pilfer, is the most important mechanic in this game. And this fight takes that up to 11. The main gimmick for this fight is that each enemy party member has a turn with the source. Percival and Thulak Khan use their turns to support the team through healing and invulnerability until you break their trust in Scrum. You do this by pilfering their possessions from him. As soon as they learn that Scrum was the one who stole their shit, their support abilities are immediately turned for selfish gain. Once Scrum is defeated in battle, he takes the source with him, so that Percival can't spam his invulnerability. And as soon as one link snaps, the rest follow suit. We only lost because you two got in the way. I'll finish this myself. Hey, don't shift all the blame on us. If you would have kept your cool, we wouldn't have lost. Moreover, you don't know how to use that. The bones told me what to do. I thought you gave up all that stuff when you converted. My faith is dead, Scrum. You killed it. Alright, that's enough. The source of all whatever belongs to me anyway. You wouldn't even know what to do with it, you dumb con artist. Oh, I know exactly what I'd do with it, and then I'd spend the windfall on the biggest pile of hookers you've ever seen. Is it too late to team up again? What did you do? I don't know. Every man for himself. Idiots.
You'll love me, right? Why isn't it working?
It can control nature. It can't create a soul. I bet you're surprised. I was an evil warlock all along, and I tricked you into taking me here. Now that I've regained my true form, I can use the source of all things to destroy the world. I said destroy the world. Don't you want to destroy the world with me? And that was The Heart Pumps Clay. When I played this game in 2023, I loved it. Sure, I didn't and still don't think it's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece to be put into English classes around the country, but loving something isn't about it being perfect. Through this short amount of time we spend with Mara, I feel it's enough to endear me to wanting her to feel the warmth of her village by setting it ablaze. While I did sing this game's battles praises for being puzzle-like, in truth, they're a bit simple. The only really difficult battle is the final one, and the rest are rock, paper, scissors. I don't think that difficulty is what makes quality, and I don't think that the battles in this game are unfun or boring. But if you're really looking for a challenge, this is not what you're looking for. Alright, now I've got to wrap this shit up before I talk in circles, and it's just incoherent, bullshit, pretentious pseudo-intelligence slop. If you already haven't considered it, please go download this game. It's free on itch.io, and it's also on the rpgmaker.net forum archive on the Internet Archive, because apparently some shit went down over there. I'm really looking forward to playing more games from Housekeeping. The first time I played this, it was literally just a time waster since I didn't have internet. And until very recently, this game actually escaped my mind. It took me like a long ass time to find it because I did not remember the title. I just remembered the names of the characters. But now, after revisiting this game, I have a motivation to interact with Housekeeping as a developer. And if you're still here for some reason, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please subscribe and bye-bye.